What's happening? This is Rizzo. I saw where Special Forces, U.S. Special Forces killed one of the top leaders in the ISIL militant organization that's at war in Syria and Iraq. We're slowly pushing back ISIL, and from what I see, they're recruiting here in the United States. But what I think really is going on, and I know this is it, the enemies of the United States, that's part of the Seven Sisters oil cartel, is they want control of that country. They want control of Iraq like they had before ISIL invaded, so they can reestablish their puppet Shah of Iran type government there. And if the only way they can do that is if our military goes in there and wipes out ISIL, and that would cost us a bunch of money to do that, and a bunch of Americans would get killed, and the private contractors that provide logistics and support for our military would get filthy rich again. And it would put us back into another recession, because we would have to borrow so much freaking money to pay for it, or at least it would put us back into a deep hole in regards to our national debt, which would no doubt affect the faith and credit of the United States and our bonds, and the price we have to pay to borrow money would go up. And in addition, it could very well affect the value of our dollar. Okay. And saddle our future generations with mountains of debt. So the strategy is to make the ISIL threat seem urgent enough that even though we are winning the ground war over there in Syria and in Iraq, we have to speed up the process to defeating them, because they're here in the United States and they're a threat to, there's possible destabilization here in the United States, which is orchestrated by the same turd heads that were responsible for the Benghazi attacks. Same people. And I know Barack Obama's not going to put boots on the ground, but I think he had to act to reassure the American public that they aren't nearly as big of a threat as the media tries to make them out to be, especially Fox News. We went in there and took out one of their freaking commanders, no freaking problem. So that right there, that just goes to show how little of a threat they really are, number one. And number two, that type of humiliation that we put on them is like, it's a part of psychological warfare. They get discouraged and disheartened because one of their top dudes was taken out so freaking easily. And they realized we could flex anytime we wanted and crush them. And it wouldn't take much. But we don't have the money to do it. And they aren't that big of a threat. You know. And the goal is to take them out without putting us in debt, without boots on the ground, and without the oil cartel taking control of Iraq again and all their freaking oil. That's the goals. And Barack Obama's doing a fine job. Peace.